Why are you nervous about the chat?
I don't know, gang. Like, I think our conversations are never really recorded.
They never are, and they deserve to be recorded.
I mean, not every part of them, but
No. We get into
know?
severe trouble, but we always find ourselves like, 6 in the morning?
having chats,
fucking
bro.
heart
And
to
it's
hearts.
like, bro, this is the most random time because like Tip would be probably hopping off a shift. I
Yes.
just woke up, and it's like,
We're meeting each other at this really weird point. They were like, we need sleep, number one. Number two, how are we like, and it's always on heavy things like
yes,
no relationships, no, or the state of the
like,
planet.
bro. Like life is just not life.
3, 2, 1.
Oh shit! Now we have to like start.
I'm not trying to be fake deep, but it speaks to how we perceive and receive the world. Like we're not just here for vibes.
Yeah,
It's a whole cool. We understand.
There's a lot more to
100%. Yeah, and like I don't know. It's funny because I think that should happen after the frontal lobe kicks in, but we got time before that.
Yeah, I think yours just kicked in though.
I think it is. And
I'm still on the way.
That's a frightening concept.
Yeah.
Because now I'm going to slide. But I think you also downplay yourself because of how you tackled subject matter on your project.
Yeah.
And how you went around about it.
Yeah, that was... I still get shocked by it, if I'm being honest. Cause
why?
I think really, just how vulnerable and rather creative I was able to express like this vulnerability, because it's like I thought of different ways to say something, like, you get what I mean? And I think I feel like I'm losing my train of thought now.
You've always been, the reason I'm stunned at why you're shocked is you've always been a person that like you have your emotions and you're not a... The problem with Jitas is we don't talk about these things.
Right.
It's okay to go like, listen, let's grab a beer.
Yeah.
We know we might not be okay, but because we got the beer, listen, it's okay now. And there's this shared understanding between guys that we don't need to talk about it. It's cool. Yeah. But you've always understood that like I'm feeling this way. It's not a great way to feel.
Yeah.
And it's okay for me to feel not so great.
Yeah.
So why are you shocked when you...
I don't know, because like I think being able to creatively put it out, like, I think
it's a different job.
Yeah, I think it's very easy to like make a song or whatever, but to actually tap into what's bothering you and it actually sounding good is not, I think that happens often, if I could say that.
Is it something that, because I mean, for example, 7 p.m.
Right.
That's, and at least with the picture you paint, it's in your room, you've had a day.
Yeah.
I don't think the foremost thought in such a moment is, this has got to sound great on a record.
Right.
It's this is what I feel. Everything is heavy. I need to talk about it.
I think what's crazy about that record is I got the beat from a homie that DM'd me all the way from Cape Town. Shout out to Shane, Beats by Shane. He DM'd me, he's like, yo, bro, I love what you're doing. Here's a beat. And at first listen, I was like, okay, this is hard, but like, it doesn't sound like me, So I think I sat on that beat for like months, bro, just trying to figure out how am I gonna sound on this? How am I gonna, say what I want to say what I need to say on this record? And I think the one time, I think I was just, I just finished hanging out with my girl and I was driving back home, and on the way back I just played the beat and I just freestyled through it, and I think all those thoughts / emotions were kind of being poured out by the beat, and it was just a matter of fine tuning it, right? And yeah, it really just came at a point where I was very like unsure of the direction that I'm really trying to make, that I'm really trying to take with the music. So when that beat came in, it challenged me to figure myself out.
Because that's what I wanted to ask is, there's, like you say, a sound and you're like, cool, this feels like me.
Right.
But part of the process of being an artist, I think, comes with challenging yourself to be comfortable with other sounds.
Right.
And I mean, I this is something I guess I haven't been able to wrap my head around, because I'm someone who receives a finished product and goes, oh, this is a nice song.
Right.
Might not be a genre I like, but I can relate to it. Now you need to go out and then go, cool, I need to create something for this.
Yeah.
And you need to challenge yourself in that sense. I mean, surely, boy, there has to come a point where you go, cool, let me break out of the comfort zone. And it's not nice to, there's a comfort zone as a human, Jay, but now you have the added caveat of, I'm a musician, I'm an artist, and I need to create outside of that bubble.
I think 7 p.m. is one of the many songs that really taught me that magic really lives in going outside of your comfort zone, because when you stay in it, there's not really much to grow from, because you're too comfortable in doing 100%. What you're doing. Whereas if you step out of it, you're able to learn new pockets. Like, oh damn, like I can rhyme orange.
Yeah.
I think Eminem had a video about that. But sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. But you know, you find these different pockets by just exploring.
Sure.
You know, so yeah, I think really that's what that project. One of the many things that project did for me was made me have fun with the exploration part of it, because from when I started and during that phase, or before I started making the mixtape, I think that part of me kind of died out.
Sure.
Because I was too focused on trying to make the hit song, or like the song that people can resonate with.
Which,
or whatever,
as an artist and as a brand, you always want to go, cool, this is the one that everyone's going to go, oh my God, you're Dollar Sign Stasi. From this record that I know so much. The other reason I also want to talk to you about this, and I keep hearing it in your answers, is you're an artist. I don't think that's so naturally there's Dollar Sign Stasi, and then there's Sivuyisile, which
that's the bro, you never use that name, gang.
Okay,
come on
sharp.
now.
But this is my thing, is because there's such a stark contrast between it.
Yeah.
At times it's always, and a lot of people who want insight into music always go, oh, the arts and the artist is different. At your core, you've started to embody Dollar Sign Stasi heavily. I'm hearing it in how you answer things. I've seen it in how we interact, and you're an artist through and through. But at the end of the day, you're like you're a growing Jita. You're on a quest to, like you put in your own words, to become a better man.
Right.
And that's, I think, what interests me most about the mixtape, is not even which I think downplays the work of the amazing producers on the project, but I'm very struck by how, as a young man, you can go, cool, this is how I feel. I'm not sure about what the future is going to look like, because and this is how I've seen it. Tell me if I'm talking garbage.
Right.
You step in and you're like, yo, I'm Dollar Sign Stasi. Watch me, respect me, accord me that which I feel I am deserving of.
Please say the dollar sign.
Exactly. But then we start to peel back and we go, Sharp, this is not Dollar Sign anymore. So you see, lives in his room, is talking.
Yeah.
Here's the guy who's going, I'm not entirely sure of the kind of boyfriend I am. I'm not entirely sure of the son I am. There's a line that struck with me about how your mom constantly thanks God for the sun, and you fear being the one to take away the light.
Yeah.
And it's a valid concern, especially for Jitas. We're the troublemakers at home. And I like that you got serious with it. 3 months on, do you feel you found, I don't know, answers to it? I don't think as humans it's fair to go, I have the answer really quickly.
Yeah.
Have you grown at least in the 3 months that you've put it out into the world? Have you received clarity?
I'll circle back to that as an answer, but I'm gonna start off by saying I'm glad that you actually picked up on, the Stasi and Mpo like, coming in.
Because there's that.
Yeah, I think that was really the
Was that intentional?
Yes, that was inspiration behind the Dollar Sign We Trust, because I realized that a lot of times artists really get lost in this persona that they build up 100%. And we kind of lose sense on who's the man behind the music.
100%.
So that was the main thing that I was really trying to push with the mixtape. Rather, one of the main things that I was really trying to push with the mixtape, just showcasing who's this man behind the music. I think if anything, in Dollar Sign We Trust could just be that introduction to this is who Tshepi is.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, have I read is there growth from the last 3 months? I think there is, in a sense of, more, as I mentioned earlier, the exploration part of it all is
the comfortable stuff.
Yes, like I'm more comfortable now to explore different sounds and explore what I think could bring out the best message out of me, So that's one of the things that I'd say I've grown from. In relation with the relationships that I've had, I would say I think there's just a level of acceptance now, in the sense of my parents are now starting to understand that this is not a this guy's
not here to play.
Yeah.
You're not here to joke around.
I think that's really the difference, just that I guess it's easily a conversation now, especially between me and my mom.
Sure.
I could tell her that, yo, bro, I'm going for an interview today, or I have PR shoots going on. I don't think that lady knew what PR shoots are until
she saw you.
Yeah, you get what I mean? So it's it's now to that point where it's really just an open conversation, where before, in as much as the conversation would be there, but there would always be a little bit of a back push, if that's the correct word. I don't know, but there'd usually be that back pulling word / saying where they'd always remind me that, remember that day school.
Yes.
You get what I mean? And it's I used to hate it because it's come on,
but I care a lot more about this.
Yeah, and
but
it's
now look at you. You got an honors degree.
Yes.
You are building your way into adulthood seriously, and you see now it's a serious prospect.
What's ironic is I'm actually grateful that I did studied as far as I did, because what I learned is that university is so much more than just the classroom.
Sure.
It's what happens around.
Experience.
Exactly, I don't think in Dollar Sign We Trust happens without going through all of that, Without
without this repela should do this.
It's in a past life.
I mean, yes. Let's make that very clear that there's a new chapter. We'll come back to that.
Right.
What I want to get to before we move into you mentioned the understanding of the rent.
Yes.
And I guess it feels like a cheat code to go, because I've seen your relationship with your mom. You're pretty tight, and
that's my twin.
I love that so much. I love I'm a mama's baby, so to see the concern, to hear the concern for your mom, for your sister as well, tells me the kind of man you are, the relationship you have with them.
Right.
But then it makes me also think about the other guy in your life, or the, I guess, most prominent dude in your life. I mean, I know it's a touchy topic, and on paper you wouldn't want to get into it, but I don't think the backbone of this project can be discussed without talking about your father.
That's my pops, man. Regardless of whatever difference is, or whatever we might go through, at the end of the day, I am who I am because he was. Do you get what I mean?
You can't ignore the role.
Yeah. So, I think really that's just the stage of life that I'm in right now, just learning to appreciate that idea, as opposed to holding on to what I wanted to be.
Sure.
So I've really just grown to accept him for who he is and kind of just like let the idea that I had of him, like, I guess, I don't want to say die out, because like, I guess at the end of the day, like, there'll always be that, you know.
Do you want to draw that line though?
Yeah, so I think for lack of a better word, I think there's just that line now between reality versus what you want reality to look like, you know. So yeah, that's really it right now. We don't really talk about the music like that, but he knows what I'm on.
Are you cool with that though?
Hey man, like,
because from my understanding, and again, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, I remember very vividly at your album launch, Better Man is the one you didn't speak on. And you got pretty emotional with it, and it's one thing to bear your emotions on a project, it's another to do it in real life. Do you think there's a correlation between the emotion that you've visibly shown and the line you need to draw? Because in as much as, I'll find the words, but in as much as you are building yourself that line, that understanding of cool as a man, this is what my timer becomes. And with gents, I know a lot of the time, as we grow older, we start to pick up on the similarities between us and our timers. I don't know, is it a startling reminder? Do you keep going like, oh, these are the similarities, this is how I need to fall back on?
I mean, definitely. I think from any parent, really, like, you do pick up like things that you want to keep and things that you don't want to keep, you know. So yeah, I mean, I definitely go through that. There are a few things where I realize I'm like, damn, the way soccer, you know, like,
this is him right here.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, I guess I think that's what being human is, you know. I'm just actively trying to do better from what you were shown and what you were exposed to, you know, just trying to take all that experience and mold it into what makes you as an individual. So to answer your question, yes, I do get those moments where I do pick up on those similarities, and I'm like, is this really what it should be?
I mean, again, what we said at the beginning was it doesn't need to be figured out now. I think that's part of the wildness of growing. Is going, cool, this is what it looks like, knowing there's room to change. That's what growth is all about.
Right.
Is going, oh, okay, the Rubik's Cube, it goes like this, goes like this, goes like this. But it's not always that deep. I feel enjoy with life. Things can always be said, but what I also like is, there's a very difficult thing to do, I think, particularly on one project, mostly because people always go, I need this project to be solely about this, but you've given us the light and the shade. You've gone, like, listen, I can go home and like think about sad things, but I can also have a good time. You mentioned that university experience, but you've also given us a peek. I will never forget when Stocko was played out loud for the first time, even when you performed it at Homecoming, which we're gonna circle back to. Homecoming's freshers. You hold that fun-loving part of you very dearly. Like, you're very thoughtful and insightful, a very intelligent person. But
thank you.
Listen, when it's time to go outside, it's time to go outside.
Yeah, we got to turn up, I mean. We got to turn up, no?
And as far as growing up is concerned, how's fun? Because you've been alcohol-free for a minute, for example.
You cut back on certain things. That's part of the new journey. I also started going to the gym as well, bro.
This guy.
I think,
and it's not like a PR thing. It's just like, I need to make decisions.
I think, if anything, bro, it just stems down to the fact of wanting to constantly challenge myself. You know, like, I'm not saying that I'm quitting alcohol or like I'm turning into a gym rat or whatever, but it's just
low key.
It's just like wanting to challenge myself and, I guess, work towards being the best version that I can be. I think that's literally what I've been doing since the mixtape came out, you know. Every day is just constantly trying to figure out what can you do to make yourself better? What can you do to make sure that you are the person that you see yourself in the next 10 years? You know? So, yeah, I think that's just really been the inspiration behind it. It all just comes down to the idea of wanting to challenge myself and wanting to constantly put my best foot forward. You know, and it comes with its own set of challenges because, you know, once you start prioritizing one thing, other things start falling apart. You know, I think more specifically in my personal relationships, it's been a bit of a knock in the sense of like now there isn't really as much time to hang out or like, you know, I guess I'm struggling to find the words now, but yeah, just basically how there's enough time to hang out or like too busy to touch base with one another. So it's like, that's what I think that those are just the growing pains, you know.
Do you think you're coping? Is it fair to say you're coping with those changes, or is it just all a bit too much to take in at once?
Hey man, I'm swimming, bro. Like
are you swimming or are you treading water? And I don't think you're a very honest person, so don't give me a PR answer. Are you coping? And I don't ask you this as $ Stasi. I'm also asking as your boy.
I'm just trying to keep head above water, bro. Like, you know, I think I try so hard not to focus on anything that could bring me down because I feel like it's so easy to get trapped in that space, you know. So I always stay fixated on what's the next move, you know, like what's the new thing we could do? What's the next exciting thing? You know, that's literally just continuously my mindset because I realize that it's when I get in a dark place, bro, I stay in it, bro. You know, so that's just been my thing, bro. Just trying to stay away from that dark place.
It's not easy to admit when you're in a dark place, and I think it's brilliant that you've gone sharp. Yeah, my challenges, I'm going to try and beat them. What's a challenge that you've seen as like sharp? This one, it can at least for now. Because it's great, you're ticking off the boxes. You're going to the gym, you're not drinking, but what is something that you've gone, fuck, I can't even begin to reconcile myself with it?
I think my imposter syndrome, like it's crippling to a point where I could know something's good, but I'll find a way to say it's not.
You're always going to be a harshest critic.
So I think really I'm realizing that there's a bit of a contradiction because I said that I'm enjoying being able to explore, but being able to explore comes with, you know, going against the standards that you used to hold for yourself.
Like breaking out of your shell, your comfort zone. It's never easy.
It's exactly, you know. So it's holding on to those standards and trying to, I guess, figure out for yourself, are these standards that you still want to keep, or do they have to be restructured? And if they get restructured, it's a whole new character development that you have to go through, you know. So I think that's the thing, bro. My imposter syndrome really gets bad, and sometimes I get stuck in that restructuring, if I can say.
Sure.
You know, I think that's another reason why it took so long for me to put out like a proper body of work. Yeah. Because of that restructuring I was going through. Exactly. Yeah. You know, it's just that whole.
We spoke about this, and knowing my habits, I don't think I responded to you on this, but Virgil Abloh said the thing about creativity and perfectionism, that it's actually the biggest stifler of creativity. Yes. Sometimes you spend too long going, I don't think this is good enough. I don't think this is good enough.
Make it exist first. You'll
tweak it later.
Yeah, you'll clean it up later, bro.
But the thing is, the imposter syndrome still persists. And the thing is, what I love about life is that it doesn't give you enough time to always alter.
Right.
Like you got the call up to go perform at Freshers, and very quickly you had to go. Cool, that's gonna need to go to the back because I need to hop on stage.
Yeah. And that was, I think that was crazy. What was crazy about that is like, it just happened so quick after the mixtape came out, you know, like mixtape came out. I was taking a walk with my manager, Saudi, and as we're taking a walk, he's like, bro, I just got the call, bro. Like, they want you on that lineup. And I was like, what the? I didn't believe it. I actually did not believe it. Like, I told him, I was like, you know what, bro? Like, I don't believe this.
This is mad.
He's like, I don't believe it too, bro. Believe when the contract comes.
And
so it's like,
then it does land, and you're like, oh,
and you're like,
shit.
whoa.
Yeah.
You know, and what's crazy is like, just side note, but like the contract came same day. He got his own contract for a job that he's doing now. Nice. So it was like crazy that like...
It's also that shit grows.
Yes.
As young jitters, you're going like, damn, this is
like,
it.
This is
happening in
it.
front of our
You know what I
faces.
mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's moments like that just always reaffirm me. Like, in as much as I mentioned that the imposter syndrome tends to like pull me back, whatever. But it's moments like that just remind me that, bro, like, you're doing what you should be doing.
Yeah.
You know? And I think sometimes I catch myself like, just like everybody else, doom scrolling through IG, and I'll see like my homies, and I'm realizing that, damn, I haven't seen these guys in like 2 months. Yeah. But as I'm seeing the updates, it's like, these are not guys that are just hanging out. Like, these are all guys that are working.
Yeah.
And I think that's the cool thing that like, it's the first time I'm actually saying it out loud. I was just thinking to myself, but it's like all of my friends are in this phase where we're all just trying to figure it out. Right? We're all just trying to figure it out. We're all working towards being those greater versions of ourselves, you know?
You think it comforts you that it's a shared experience?
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, no one wants to be the only guy working.
Yeah.
No one wants to be the only guy, you know, pushing. Because if anything, when I see my homies doing good, that makes me want to do good too, you know?
Yes.
Like, if I see my homie got a brand deal, I'm like, damn, I got to tap in too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like that you've armed yourself with a serious community, a community that showed up for you, a community that's, I don't know, Pretoria in particular, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, has this beauty about it. There's a togetherness within it that I guess you've seen show up for you, like you said. But now, the question is, and it does need to be answered now, what does the next step look like? And I don't think you need to be thinking quickly about the next step. It's 3 months since the mixtape, but there's always I don't know, something your manager probably tells you, like, yeah, Joburg next. Different markets is the word they kind of use, all that you know, marketing and music management bullshit. But for you, since then, the challenge to be a better man, the challenge to assert yourself as sharp, this is what Tshepi is going to look like as a time, as a boyfriend. A lot's changed. You've graduated, obviously you finished the degree when this came out, but you've graduated. You're thrust into being an adult, because in as much as, yes, the creative output is important, you've got to do things like get a job, which I know you're applying for. You've got to do things like you said, in and amongst all the work, you kind of show up for people. You've got to grow still.
Yeah.
Even if it's not walking into the studio and the stuff that's happening. Do you think you have mapped out? Or are you where the wind blows?
Definitely where the wind blows, because
that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just something that you can never really have mapped out, you know. And what's next is also that, like, we all have plans, we all have, you know, ideas that we want this ship, that we want to take this ship to.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, the current decides. Like, you could try push the sails as much as you want, but like if the current is telling you to go south, boy, you go south, you know. So I think really it's just trusting the space that I'm in is where I'm meant to be, but it's not where I'm supposed to end. I don't know if that makes sense, you know, in the sense of like,
it's part of the journey.
Exactly.
Sure.
It's part of the journey, and how I get to the next destination, how I get to where I see myself is by actively working towards it, is by actively challenging myself to see what steps can I take to get there, you know? So yeah, it's just fucking around and finding out.
You either understand that concept very well or you're the most eloquent bullshitter, because to me you sound very, you don't sound nervous.
Nah,
but I'd like to think there's obviously that uncertainty. No one welcomes the uncertainty like that, but you don't sound nervous. You seem to have embraced the fact that, like, I don't make the plans, you can make it. One of my favorite quotes is, we think we've got shit under control, but basically, and I'm paraphrasing here big time, but God is the one who deals the cards. We all choose to play them, and you seem to, you'll tell me if I'm lying, you seem to understand that, and you're going, cool, this is where we are.
I mean, there's a level of comfort that comes from it, you know. There's a level of comfort that comes from believing that there's always something working in your favor. I think Jay-Z says something around this line. He's like, everything in life happens for you, not to you. You know, so I think that's just been what comforts me, is that if things go bad, if things go good or whatever, like, it's happening to shape the man that I'm growing into.
Becoming.
Yeah, so I think that's just the comfort that comes from it, you know. Call it God, call it Allah, call it call it vibes. There's a being, you know. I'm pretty open. I'm not that big on religion, but I do believe that, you know, there's a higher power steering all of this, you know?
Controlling this chaos.
Yeah, there's definitely a higher power controlling this whole thing, and we'd be very naive to think there isn't. Yeah. So, I just have trust in that force and trust in myself to meet that force halfway.
I think you've got it under control.
God willing, man.
I don't ever think we've got it fully under control, but we've got some semblance of control, which matters a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't think you should panic. You've been open with your journey. You understand the direction.
Right.
And like I said, it seems like you've made peace with what a change could look like and how you'd go with it.
Right.
And I don't think you should worry about anything.
Hey, man,
I also hope you give yourself grace.
I'm just trying to enjoy the ride, man. I'm just trying to enjoy the ride, man.
I know, so far it's been fun. I think you've got it under lock and key.
Yes, sir.
I think you've got it under lock and key.
Yes, sir.
It's a Friday. Should we get a beer?
Yes, I'll get an orange juice.
Yes, you get an orange juice. I'll get a beer.
Say less.
I think let's do that.
Say less, man.
Let's.
All right, man. Appreciate you again.
I can't believe we keep retaking
for anyone that ever doubted us. These double birds gon' let you know that we ain't feeling ya. I put it on and get so fly, it's like the booings pulling in. Jigs being on my T's, I cross the ops like X and O's.